Oh, I'm sure Kath and Andrew will figure out how to get over here at some point. But I'm here in the meantime. This is a bit of a moderated free-for-all. I've got my Christmas decks out. Kath will be over here shortly, but in the meantime, ask your questions in the chat, or if you want to, we could even do a bit of a face-to-face, as it were. Pavel, you had, I think there was a question or two from the session, so I'll try and follow that up. Here we go. Here she is.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay, okay, we've got a question from Elodie. So she's asking, did you change their sending environment at all? Yes, please. No, they stayed. They stayed the same. They've been with them for the whole time. We didn't change IP addresses. We didn't do anything like that. So, yeah.
There's a question from Pavel.
Okay.
I've made the mistake of saying the one that was Powell before.
Yeah.
The Halo strategy. Do you want to just kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, so the Halo strategy, again, I don't want to give you the actual exact formula because it will depend on your actual database. But what you're wanting to do is
Hire us. That's how you get. That's how you.
No. That's not why I'm not. No, not at all. I will give you as much as I can, but then you need to work out from your perspective, right?
Yeah.
So it's about, because it's all about making sure that you've got the right percentages. So if you've only got a tiny percentage of people who have recently opened in the last 3 weeks, then that's not going to be a good segment. However, if you've got a large segment, a large percentage who have opened in the last 3 weeks, then you can use that as segment 1, right? The most recent one. So it's all about percentages, because there's no use if you've got a database, say, this big, and your active database is only this big and you're only sending to that. That's not going to influence enough to help those guys. So you need to make the front couple of ones big enough that they're actually going to have enough of a halo effect impact on the last couple of segments. Does that make sense? And that's why I'm not going to give you, it needs to be the first 3 weeks, the first one needs to be 3 weeks opening. The next one is 4 weeks to 9 weeks. I'm not going to say that to you because you have to work out those percentages yourself. Does that help? So, okay.
And then Mike's got one, Mike Marshall.
Yes. So he says, I noticed that you mentioned Google and Outlook. Would you also include Yahoo Verizon Media Group as an ISP that focuses on open rates in the same way? They do, but not. They're all different, and how they measure them is different, and they don't have as much of an impact. So yes, open rates are still important across all of the ISPs, but the Google and Outlook tend to be the more temperamental ones, shall we say. I actually find Outlook's the most temperamental, but that's just with my clients. It tends to, you can have a great day and then you'll have a not so great day, whereas Gmail is, you're good, and then you start to go down, that kind of thing. So you get a bit of a more of a chance to sort of hit onto it straight away. Okay, great. Pavel's saying that's fantastic. Yes. So do we. Okay. Oh, great. Alice agrees. Thank you, Alice. Woo. Yes, I love how you put that, Clinton. Outlook has mood swings. That's it. That's the one. and there's no rationale behind it, seriously. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else got any other questions? Good little discussion here. I mean, I would love to give you, like I said, it's sort of in the book. There are only a certain amount of details I can give. I can't give you the absolute breakdowns of everything. It's, you know, they are a brand and everything. But that's the basic strategy. And oh, there's another question from Mike. The other follow-up regarding segmentation, I presume you're segmenting off past interaction, not measuring live actions to inform delivery pace. Yes. So it's a daily segmentation based on past interactions. So and that's how you're doing. But like I said, you're not going to keep that Halo strategy format that you currently have. You won't keep that for a week, because next time you do it, the next day, because they're sending on a daily basis, they're recalculating it on a daily basis. So any of those that were in the inactive one who then actually opened up, then they will put into the first one. And so they've taken out of that. So that's how that works.
Clinton, back over on the main stage, Clinton asked a question about the frequency of sends. Was it, so how often were Printfix sending? Now, from my memory, and obviously that's kind of flawed this year, there was a period where we kind of like, we took it all the way back to incredibly minimal, if no sending at all, for a short period. And then we started ramping up. So it was maybe once, twice a week doing those Halo sends. So the Halo sends were back-to-back sends, but we did UK and US markets. And so it was just 2 emails a week, but it was being done in those Halo send batches across the week. And then obviously as that picked up, as things got better and better, they're now doing multiple campaigns a week. Is it daily, or is it
So basically what happened is that we've got 7 days in the week, right? And they've got the two domains, US and UK, on the 2 IP addresses. And so we kind of shared the week out, right? So we had, they both started off, they were sending 2 days in the week. So therefore we've got 4 days out of the 7 days spoken for. And then we went, well, okay, as part of the ramping up, we need to be ramping up not just the volume, but also the frequency. We want to be hitting them 7 days a week. That sounds horrible. We want to be sending emails 7 days a week. So what we did was we then started sending resends. And because keep in mind, very, very small team, focusing on everything else, getting everything, all their new processes, there's a lot happening. And so to actually ask them to do 2 more campaigns at that particular time was really, really challenging for them. And so what we did then was we went and did 2 resends. So 1 resend for US and 1 resend for UK of their most popular campaigns. And it was a resend to those that hadn't opened, right? So that was great. So that gave us 6 days a week. And then there came that time when they went, you know what, we're up for it now. We're ready to take on a 3rd campaign for each of the ones. So that's what they did. So then we had 6 days with the 3 unique campaigns, right, per country. So that's 6 days. And then we did 1 resend, and we alternated those. So one week was US, 1 week was UK. And so that way we got up to the 7 days a week, so that when we were there ready for the peak period, we're all done. And we've got all of the, all of the inactives and everything, and everyone's getting it, and everyone's actually getting in their inbox. So it's pretty cool.
We got a follow-up from Pavel as well, asking about what tools we use to detect deliverability issues. You've mentioned, pardon me, eData source already. Was there anything else? He assumes GPT and SNDS.
Yeah.
Have further recommendations?
No, so we pretty much rely on eData source, which tends to have SNDS. You can implement that in it. I used to use a whole heap of other tools and put it all together and have a big concoction as such. But with eData source, certainly with the panel, and then also we were using the their new seeds, which actually really helped as well. So to identify how we were doing. So we're just basically using eData source as our main go-to, with of course SNDS and Google Postmaster. And then we've got another one here, back to the Halo sending strategy, right? So this is Sukina. I hope I said it right. Thanks for the presentation. As far as the Halo strategy goes, do you not try and reactivate the inactive addresses through a re-engagement strategy first? Under ideal circumstances, yes. And that's what we did after, right? So that's what we implemented as soon as January came along, and we just went, okay, well, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting to do some, reactivation of those who didn't end up being activated. How we ended up using, we've got great offers during, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. And so they, in effect, were the reactivation strategies in place. But then what we said, well, we don't want to have to be doing that all the time, as in sending big chunks of inactives, unless it's in peak period. And so then we set up an automated win-back program. So it's just, it's based on timing, when do they, disconnect, and then you just sort of send it to them. And then that has much less of an impact, or a negative impact, on your deliverability that way. But yes, if we had more time, so if they had contacted us at the beginning of the year, and then I'd say, okay, well, we've got now, 9 months, 10 months to get ready, then for sure. But we didn't. So we just had to deal with, the cards that were dealt with us. So yeah, okay. That's nice. Yeah, that's right, Mike. That's how we treated it. So Mike says that's probably the gem of the event right there. The Black Friday promotions are their engagement building campaigns. And, if they're not going to be reacting to them, are they ever, really, type thing. And we didn't take that strong an approach. We still do nurture them thereafter. But it re-engaged, a huge percentage of their database. And understand, Printifix is a personalized gifting, e-commerce site. And so they're very much focused on the holiday period, and it's not like someone's going to be buying from them every week. So there is always going to be that unengaged audience, because they're only going to buy for their auntie's birthday because she likes cat cushions or something, So, it's not like it's a regular product, but they are building upon. And for that reason, they've started doing blog ones as well, to keep that engagement happening without actually just throwing out, deals all the time. So they're really trying to nurture now their audience rather than just, sell. So great. I think we've got a few minutes. Otherwise, I think we've answered all the questions. Would that be right, Jonathan?
Yeah, the chat has not firing off any more questions at the moment. I saw a John May entered the session, and I wanted to shout out Impossible. I thought better of myself. I thought I'd wait for a quiet moment.
Who entered?
Someone called John May. So, John May, come see me at the booth afterwards.
Oh, really?
We'll hash this out. And John Pay.
Yeah, John May and John Pay. There you go. Okay. Excellent. Well, I think we'll finish off then. You've got a few minutes to go and grab yourselves a coffee before the next session. I think the next session is with Ryan Phelan, I think. I'm hoping I got that one right. If it is, it's going to be awesome. If it isn't, I'm sure it's going to be awesome anyhow. So thank you so much for watching the presentation and for joining this session with us. And come and pop by the booth anytime. So it's so weird. We're here. We have our own booth, and we've even got a little video, and you can have a little private chat with us. So if you want to have a private chat, yes, we're here. Oh, there it is. The next session has got Ryan Phelan, Chris Marriott, Jean Jennings, Layla, and Tejas on the main stage. So go join it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.